Hello everyone and welcome to another Tamagotchi Nano review video. This time I'm going to be reviewing the Toy Story Tamagotchi Nano, and we see we've got one of those cute little alien guys, which are probably my favourite character from the Toy Story franchise. So yeah, let's get into it. So first of all, we've got the usual feeding and game mechanic, but because it's a toy, they don't actually get fed. You can touch or you can play. So apparently I've touched it enough, it doesn't want to be touched. And that is like where it just gets basically stroked and rubbed by the user, so that's kind of cute. And then there's the play, which is just, I guess, the character playing with it. So usually this is food and snack on the other ones, but because they're toys and toys don't eat, they've made the equivalent of touch and play, which is nice to have that counterpart. We've also got the ability to check the stats by pressing C to see how happy or sad the character is. In terms of games, we've got the usual selection from the Tamagotchi Nano games. So we've got like a driving obstacle game. Oh no, it's the, oh no, this one's the button mash one, my apologies. That's the driving obstacle game is the driving one. So that's button mashing, which is usually my favourite because it's just a matter of pressing the A button. And it's always the one I go to because it's the easiest, requires the least amount of attention. Though mind you, all of the Tamagotchi Nanos are fairly easy. So it's a little stunt man and you have to button mash. And then the other game is... oh, this one is the timing one, where you have to press the button only when it's in the middle, not when it's on the side. Oh, and I missed, because I was trigger happy with the button pressing. This is probably, this game is one of the ones that for some reason I'm just really bad at. It's not hard, I'm just bad at it. And then the last game is the actual obstacle kind of driving game, which I'm also fairly bad at. See? Terrible. You have to press B for up and A for down, I think, for memory. Let's try that again. See, not so bad that time. But yeah, so a good selection of games, all fairly different. I do still like the button mashing one best of all, because I'm lazy. So those are basically the main features of it. Throughout your time running this, it changes to various other toys from the Toy Story franchise, which is kind of cute. At one point I had the cowboy, I had Woody, I also had, I forgot the horse's name, because I don't know why he's just not popping up in my head. But yeah, so I like the little alien guy. And the animations are pretty cute too. Throughout the day you also get animations which are based off scenes from the movies, so that's kind of cool. And it kind of makes me want to rewatch the Toy Story movies, though the first one I saw in theaters when I was a kid. And let me tell you, from screenshots that I've seen recently, that the animation there has not aged particularly fantastically. It looks so much better in my memory, which I guess is where it can belong. But yeah, so that's it for the Toy Story Nano. Overall, it's a fairly fun little Nano. I do like all the Nanos. In terms of ease of use, it's always a 10 out of 10 for Nanos. They are so easy to look after. You don't have to check them multiple times an hour like you do with some virtual pets. You can just check it a few times a day and still get some fairly cool characters, and it doesn't die, so I do appreciate that about the Nano franchises, or the Nano series rather, and I do love that they do so many collaborations and crossovers with so many different shows and franchises, and that's really cool. I do also really like this shell, as I mentioned in the unboxing video for this Nano. But yeah, in terms of enjoyment, I'm gonna have to give it like a I guess like an 8.5 or a 9 because it's fairly fun. But I like all the Nanos. I do like how it's unique. It's not just making you feed an inanimate object. It's giving you alternatives that make sense in character or in this universe. It's a toy, so your option should be to touch or play with it. And because there are so many different characters, it's a unique animation for each of them, depending on what character you're looking after. For example, for Woody, you're pulling his the string that activates the sayings at the back. And for the aliens, you're kind of putting them together because there's multiple of them in the movies. And touching, I can't really show you because it's full, I guess, full of touching, which that makes less sense. It makes sense in the context that you can't feed it when it's full. It doesn't really make sense. It just doesn't want to be, I guess it doesn't want to be touched, and I don't know. When I was a kid, I don't remember asking my toys if they wanted to be touched or not, so maybe I should have. But in any case, it's just like a hand that's rubbing it, so it's fairly basic, but I do like that they put in the extra effort for the play, so it's unique for each character. But yeah, so that's basically it for the Toy Story Nano. It's definitely a cute Nano, and I do like the shell. However, I wish that they used this dark blue for the whole shell and not just the front. That looks kind of weird, because it looks like that should have gone around rather than using the blue from the blue background. Also, I mentioned this in the unboxing, but I kind of wish that the quality control was a little bit better because that line is only visible if you look for it, but it's definitely there in that cloud. But yeah, so that's it for the Toy Story Nano. It's a super cute little collaboration. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video for the little alien that goes the claw. And subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!